Anyway, here tonight, legendary actor, director, our friend Mel Gibson is back, who is out with a gripping new thriller. I've liked every movie Mel's ever made, to be very honest with you. At the top of my list, The Passion of the Christ. Anyway, it's called Flight Risk. Sir, how are you? Great to see you.
Good, Sean. How you doing?
I'm good. First of all, I'm really sorry for you, for all the people in California, all that you've had to live through. Also, congratulations on your appointment by President Trump.
Yeah, well, you come with nothing, you go with nothing. Everything in between is just a bumpy adventure, right, Sean? I'm living in gratitude. Trump said he did. I found out I was some kind of ambassador at the same time as you did, probably on a tweet. So I was surprised. But hey, I'm ready, willing, and able to be of service in any way I can.
You know, you, Sly, and Jon Voight, three of my, I don't love a lot of people in Hollywood, I'm going to be blunt, but you're three of my favorite people out there and three of the best people in the industry. So I thought it was funny when I read, you did not get a phone call about it, you just heard about it. I read it, I think it was a Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah. Well, I think Trump shoots from the hip, you know, and, but hey, I'm here to be of service, you know.
Yeah, good for you. And I know Sly feels the same way, and Jon Voight feels the same way as well. And I think the three of you actually can really help. The film industry has been hurt in so many different ways, in part because of rules and regulations and high taxes, like so many other liberal Democratic states. How bad has it been? You've been living through these wildfires. You read about hydrants that don't have water. You read about cutting firefighters' budgets. You read about reservoirs that are empty. I mean, it's got to be frustrating.
Well, it is. And this confluence of events coming together, there are those who say, hey, they must have done it on purpose. I won't go that far. But if they didn't do it on purpose, I think they certainly facilitated it. And you know, my heart goes out to all the other residents. You meet people all the time who've lost their homes, and, you know, you talk and commiserate and buck each other up, and everyone's putting on a brave face. They're a good bunch out here. I'm glad Trump's here at the moment. You know, it's like Daddy arrived and he's taking his belt off, you know. So I think he'll get some results here quickly. And, you know, as far as being an ambassador goes, I think, you know, looking at tax incentives, I know Newsom gave some tax incentives, but maybe not enough because it's still not working. And there are other things that offset that. I mean, I had to shoot a film for one day in LA, and it was cheaper for me to take the whole crew and fly them to Europe and shoot for 3 days, lodge them, fly them, everything, than it was to shoot one day just down the road. So there's something wrong there. And I think there are solutions. I know Arnold tried to level the playing field years ago. He couldn't do it because there were, you know, there were obstacles. He tried, though.
Yeah. You know, I look at this, and I mean, it kind of was a big deal, at least in my world. I'm nowhere at the level that you are in terms of celebrity. But when I left New York, I was kind of shocked that there was so much news about it. And I did make a bold statement. I said, I'm sick of the crime. I'm sick of horrible schools. I'm sick of high taxes. I'm sick of burdensome regulation. I'm sick of, you know, woke everything. And I'm sick of the violence. And I made a decision. I cut the cord. I cut it hard, and I left. And I have no intention of ever going back. But you stay in California. Yeah. Why?
I do. Well, a lot of people have left, and I don't blame them. I mean, and they leave for the same reasons that you've just mentioned. You know, it didn't suit them anymore. Even, you know, people who were liberal, it didn't suit them anymore. But if everybody leaves, what's going to happen?
Well, I can tell you what's happening. You know what Andrew Cuomo famously said in New York? He goes, tax the rich, tax the rich, tax the rich. God, we did. God forbid the rich leave. And you know what's happening? Where I am in South Florida, they keep talking about Wall Street South. All of these big private equity firms and banks, they're all moving at least half of their offices down here. And it's helping the state of Florida, I think the free state of Florida. And it's increasing the amount of money they have for infrastructure, the amount of money they have to help people. You don't have the problems that you're plagued with in big cities like L.A., San Francisco, New York, and Chicago. I mean, it kind of makes sense. As now an ambassador for Hollywood, you know, what is your message for the mayor?
It's, you know, keep the kids on the farm, you know, and be competitive with the rest of the world. I mean, We're just going, like what you said with Wall Street and everything else, we're going somewhere else because it's more cost effective. There's just a lot of prohibitive regulations and things in the way that I think could be lifted. But I'll talk with the guys about that later and get more specific. And I have to educate myself on that more too. But I think it can be fixed.
Tell me, yeah, go ahead.
Why not?
Tell me about flight risk. And my understanding is you have in the works maybe a sequel to The Passion of the Christ, which I'm very interested in, if that happens.
Yeah. Well, flight risk is, hey, it's fast and it's fun. It's entertainment, and people have been going to see it and texting me and saying they're digging it. So, hey, I'm happy. Because it's like anything. It's like if you're a chef and you share a meal with people, you want to know they dug it. So that's good. And as far as the resurrection goes, yeah, that's in the works. It's ambitious, and but I'm pretty excited about that. And I hope to get the wheels grinding on that sometime this year.
No, that would be great. I'll quote you from Braveheart. We've got to try. We've got to try what we've been doing these 3 years. Obviously, I watch. I watch your films a lot.
A lot of films.
Yeah, I do. All right, Mel Gibson, we really appreciate your time. Thank you for being with us.